the ban and protect phase. It's already underway, and right off the bat, Ake's protecting that fast hands.
Funny.
He's been very vocal on Twitter about fast hands remaining in the game. Well, there it is right here, right at the start.
And that shows like a bit of a weakness from Envy. If you go ahead and ban fast hands as like one of your first bans, you might throw Aches on a bit of a tilt. But there goes the Vesper. You already saw Rapid Fire and High Caliber getting taken out of the game. Complexity, they banned Quick Draw last night, so you see Envy, that's going to be Slasher with the protect there.
And one big thing to point as well is that shows that these teams have been studying each other and what they've been banning. Also, a map like Evac, some of those hard points are very submachine gun heavy. The first hill, the second hill. You could even make an argument for that glass hard point that the submachine guns will dominate that area. They want to make sure they have that quick draw for the close range engagements. The final ban coming in, concussion, no real surprise there as both tacticals go out.
Yeah, you really could have predicted most of those bans that came out here, but now we're entering the specialist strat, and Aches right away grabbing the Purifier. This is map where some hard points, you know, that middle hard point, the kitchen hard point, the glass hard point, the Purifier can really shine in those specific points on the map.
Absolutely. The Scythe on this map for me, not too big of a fan of it compared to the likes of Fringe. Can be very good for the glass hard point. If Ricky saves it for that moment, that's where I expect it to really come into play and be dominant. Again, Miracles grabbing that Purifier. You can see both teams having a similar idea of what's strong on this ban.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky with the Scythe, you know, what else is he going to use? It's kind of like Fierce and his Annihilator. You see Ricky with the Scythe. But the Annihilator is actually going to get picked up by Jkap here. You already touched upon Slash with the kinetic armor. That's something we're going to see used a lot throughout today's matches. But it's going to be Parasite. He picks up active camo here for a hard point. You saw it used in uplink. Saw it used a lot in Search and Destroy. Now we finally see how useful can it be in hard point.
And now, we mentioned, you know, how's it going to work in uplink? Are we a big fan of how active camo comes into play? We saw it used multiple times on Infection last night by Envy to grab that drone, double jump right into the portal and score in that invis. Where do you see it really being used now in hardpoint by Parasite?
I mean, I think it's going to be used for the flank. You know, you take out the anchor player, you take control of the spawns, or if you're trying to break in, be that lead player to the hardpoint. And when you see somebody on their team pick up active camo, you really need to be paying attention, because if you're not looking out for the camo, it's going to catch you by surprise.
Oh, camo in this game, extremely strong. Really the #1 way that you can even find out about it is utilizing those headsets. Hear it, because it makes that sound, which really gives it away. Parasite, watch for him throughout this game to be the one to try to pick off those players, holding those spawns, also known as the anchor. If you are new to Call of Duty here, a lot of new viewers have been tuning in to the Call of Duty World League, so welcome. Both of these teams have long pasts. A lot of these players are veterans. Now, you look at Complexity, Revin. Yesterday, they struggled. They lost their match 3-0. The first hard point, they went down by 80. They came back. Then they went down by 80 again. Then they came back, and then they lost in the final moments by, I believe, 8 seconds. What do you want to see from them to improve today to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Really just come out strong. It's kind of like Complexity. They wait till they dig themselves in a hole, and then they claw back out of it. Then they dig themselves a hole again, then they claw back out of it. It's like, if you play like you did in the second half, in the first half of the game, it's going to be a very easy win for Complexity, but it really comes down to what Complexity shows up today. If they come out flat like they did last night, I think Envy has a good shot taking this one 3-0.
Absolutely. And now, when you talk about this Envious lineup, you saw Slasher grabbing that kinetic armor. You expect he's got to be a player that's going to get aggressive on the hard point. Let's look at more of Evac as a map, Revin. What are really the hills you can lock down for the full 60? Which side do you really want to see teams set up on?
Well, the middle hard point, you can get some time on it, but for the most part, it's fairly contest heavy. You saw at the land qualifier, there's that little contest spot. Can't use that anymore.
Gone.
Really, you're looking at the kitchen hard point. You want to rotate early enough for that. There's a clear spot, you know, at the back helipad where you could anchor down spawns. You can get a lot of time at the vents hard point as well. A lot of open area there, so the assault rifle players can shine a bit more. And the glass hard point, you could control that as well. And the thing about going from the glass hard point to the middle hard point, you could afford a bit of a later rotation. So fighting for that scrap time is going to become a bit more prevalent on this map.
Well, we are beginning to load into map #1 to kick off the secondary stream here for day #2 of the North American Call of Duty World League Pro Division. Team Envyus versus Complexity. Be sure to share your thoughts on Twitter with the hashtag CWL PS4. Revin, we're hopping into game #1. Who are we watching off the start?
I got to see Slasher. So you see Afterburner still in there. Overclock still in there. And both going to be used by Slasher here. So perk 1 green coming out from him. Let's see what he decides to do at the start of this hard point.
Well, he's going to get towards his top blue tarp area. Very strong power position. The smoke's already coming into play. Heavy contests off the start, but here's Teepee, a player who really transforms his game when he gets onto land. He's known for his play there. Online seems to struggle a little bit for. He's got his plate full this series going up against the likes of Mirx, who's known as one of the stronger slaying submachine guns in the game.
Yeah, Mirx starting to work towards that HC card. Slasher absolutely destroys him right there. So let's switch over to him. As he moves in from the wall, 1-3 go down for Complexity. Envy, they break into the hard point, but Courage, 25 seconds remaining on this middle hard point. You're looking for Envy to try to push through, take control of that back helipad, take control of the spawns. It looks like they've done just that. You see Slasher on your minimap trying to maintain control, but Ricky's going to break through. More Complexity players following up Ricky.
Oh, that timing. Teepee just misses the player on the wall run. Okay, now he has spotted him. He does lose the gunfight inside of Kitchen, though, to Mirx. The rotation coming in for this back spawn. It's Mirx still pushing it out. The HC has been acquired by Jkap, and he's going to call that in already, utilizing that boost jump to wall run all the way to the hill. Able to pick up 1 kill, and this should be a break by Envy. They are up by about 10 seconds.
Yeah, Envy just dominating the kill feed right there, and we saw this yesterday, right? A lot of HC cards being used in hardpoint. When you see a lot of them being used on the map, you got to have that backup flak jacket class just to try to negate the usage of the HC car.
Nameless doing all he can to stay alive in the hard point. His teammates did hold the spawn momentarily. Heads up play to cut off that middle map area, but now Envy have regained control, and this is where they look to take their first big lead of the game, trading kills, going back and forth. Jkap's only job, watch that AC area. Unfortunately for him, 1 player did sneak up top. Great communication from Envy, though, to clean out that player. That was Nameless, who wound up falling. 30-second lead and growing for the boys in blue as they come out strong in this hard point. Really what we expected.
Yeah, I mean, they have a 40-point lead. You have Aches and Jkap, 7-3, 8-4, so they're off to a hot start here. As Aches, he's top fence right now, just looking for anybody who can take down inside the hard point. Finds one, that's going to be Ricky. Control just for a moment in the favor of Envy, but let's switch over to Nameless. He's got an assault rifle in his hand, and he was wall running, trying to go behind enemy lines. Got taken down as soon as he popped up.
Envy is doing a fantastic job of covering the lanes they need to watch out for, ensuring they can't get flanked. If a player does sneak up on them, they're almost eliminated immediately after they trade the kill. You can see Parasite doing everything he can to try to break this hard point. Finally, it does look like Cole has pushed back Envy a little bit. 3 players still set up here for Complexity. 30 seconds remaining on this hill. What do you think? Envy has 1, maybe 2 more pushes at it before they rotate?
Yeah, I think 1 more push. Yeah, 20 seconds remaining. At a certain point, you need to cut your loss and say, well, it's more worth it just to invest the time in a setup towards the next hardpoint. But you see players from Envy already taking out their flak jacket classes. Parasite not getting much done with that HC card, but he does have active camo, so I'm going to switch over to him. Something else I noticed from the Complexity guys, Parasite's running an M8, but so is Nameless. So they have 2 assault rifles out right now. I think they might want to switch their class up as this game progresses.
Seems like Envy's running more of a 3-1 setup, or maybe do they even have an AR right now for Envy? I haven't seen.
I think Jkap has one.
Okay, Jkap would be the one to have one on. Right now, you saw the Purifier inside the hard point from Mirx. They're down by just 30 seconds now. They have control of the hill. It really depends on how long they can lock it down for. 1 player going for a swim in that bottom pool area. Teepee leading the charge alongside Jkap. He's able to get the player top glass, but the kinetic armor in the hard point by Nameless. He gets 2, trying to stay alive. He's beginning to challenge towards that back helipad area. He does fall, but the damage has already been done. A waste of a heat wave by Teepee momentarily, but it does look like the push continues from either squad. Trading kills going back and forth. It's Jkap who gets 2. Ricky answers with 1 of his own. Both of these teams so evenly matched at the start of this game 1.
Yeah, and you see them fighting on this hardpoint with 10 seconds remaining because you could afford that late rotation towards the middle hardpoint. And the reason Teepee popped this heat wave a little bit early is because he didn't see Parasite. Parasite used his active camo to push forward, caught Teepee a little bit off guard. So just trading specialist for specialist there. As we're watching Ricky inside the hardpoint, he's going to get taken out by Jkap. Let's switch over to him. He's got the Annihilator ready to use.
Well, he hasn't elected to pull it out as of yet. Mirx picks up 3. He's going to chase down the final kill. He gets it. That's a full wipe. Mirx on a 4 streak, and here comes the HCXD. He actually pushes it out the wrong side. Didn't
That's
realize
good information, though.
Oh, yeah, he gets the information he needs for his team. Now he's just going to wait. 3P with it. There comes a player hopping in. He'll easily pick up that kill. The lead now in Complexity's favor. Revan, you mentioned how they always start slow, and then as they get a big deficit, it's almost like they say, hey, guys, Let's start trying now. Ricky with that scythe picks up 3 as well.
Yeah, let's switch over to him, but you got to keep an eye on Mirx as well. He's pretty close to that lightning strike, also working towards the Hellstorm missile. And there you go. He's going to earn them with that kill right there. Big kill from Mirx as he takes down Jkap, but he's doing more work. He's going to find Aches as well. Earns himself the Purifier as now the hardpoint is about to switch over towards the kitchen. Let's switch over to Nameless. He's looking to control this back helipad. He gets taken down. Moving back over to Teepee. Let's see what Envy can do here.
Mirx, a man on a mission at the moment. They've almost held Envyus scoreless for the last 2 hardpoints. They were down by almost 50 seconds, now leading by 40, and there's no lead change in sight right now. Envy doing what they can to pinch the hill. The lightning strike being called in. You can see everything going well for Complexity. The boys in blue are falling apart at the moment. What was a strong start from Aches has been completely quieted down. Mirx, I believe, still has that Purifier. Ricky now beginning the push from up top.
I mean, let's just look at the time inside the hardpoint, right? You have Nameless. He has around a minute. Mirx a minute 10. Ricky a minute 4. The only person that hasn't really touched a hardpoint is Parasite, but he's the person that's in charge of really controlling the spawns. So you have 3 players from Complexity being super aggressive inside the hardpoint. Envy, sure, they're making some kills here and there, all outside of the hardpoint. They're unable to get close and contest for hardpoint time.
Right now, full 60-second lead for Complexity. You could see Envy rotating on the mini-map. How would you like to see them set up right now to get the full 60 on this hill, Reb?
Well, Jkap's in a good spot right here. He's going to be able to maintain control of the glass side of the map. So he covers pretty much 1 lane right here. Moving over to Teepee, he's watching over near the kitchen side of the hardpoint. So there's 2 lanes covered. The guys inside the hardpoint, all they really need to do is worry about their middle cut. Aches is going to come over, get some help to Jkap. They're able to shut that down here. Envy have a really good setup right here. They just need to make sure they win their gunfights.
Yeah, you can see those real big 3 lanes they have to watch out for. It does seem like one player got a favorable spawn or somehow flanked around the backside. Jkap does pick it up. Envy now collapsing back towards the hill. They pick up 3 more kills. So far, it's a master class of how to hold down this hardpoint. What was a full minute lead has now diminished to just 60 seconds. Revan, this game number 1 has been so back and forth.
Yeah, and what Envy have been allowed to do, it's kind of like that backtracks hardpoint on Fringe, right? They push out both sides. They force Complexity to spawn so far away. So when Complexity are trying to break this current hardpoint, they really need to make sure that they're pushing as a team, pushing as a unit. Unable to do so, Envy pretty much got a full time right there, and Teepee's just on a tear right now. He's just earned himself some streaks.
He's got himself a lightning strike, the HC as well. Envy clawing back into this game. Slasher narrowly staying alive inside the hardpoint. Finally, he does fall to Mirx. Mirx, a 2-piece machine so far this game. The lightning strike called in by Teepee. His only goal with that one is try to regain some map control for his team. He takes an opponent out of a power position, and here comes a beautiful pinch. That's 2 kills in favor of Envy, but the trades coming in from Cole. So back and forth as we continue to move on with this game.
And you see Envy, they're spawning all the way near the previous hardpoint, so they either need to push through the wall, and Ricky picks up 2, or they're going all the way around, and Envy, they were split there for a quick second. Switching over to Aches, he needs to wait for his teammate. They need to push in as a team. You see a lot of specialists available to use. Only 10 seconds remaining on this current hardpoint. You might see them take it out for the hardpoint coming up next when we go back to the middle.
Yeah, Jkap just used that Annihilator. Elects to call in that HCXC. He's got 1 player in front of him. Beautiful use of it to make sure he still holds down control of that first middle hardpoint. Now Complexity spawning on either side of the map. It's going to be up to Envy to diagnose that and react accordingly. It does look like Jkap has sniffed something out as his teammates begin to push into kitchen, but unfortunately a beautiful use of the HC again. We see that score streak, Revan, so strong in hardpoint when trying to break the hill. Right now though, 15 seconds separating these 2 teams. Either squad can easily win this first game.
Parasite and Nameless coming around the flank, able to find 1 kill, but Envy, they were aware of it. Jkap picks up 2 in the kill feed. Envy, they're going to maintain control, and this is a very valuable time for Envy right now. They're going to be able to retake the lead, but now you got to start thinking about the rotation towards the next hardpoint. You see all of Complexity. You see what they want to do here. They're rotating early. They're investing this time to get an early setup over near the kitchen.
Patty P, you've got a lot of championships right now. You need to be a playmaker in this game 1. He has the Purifier, and if there's any hill to use it on, it's the kitchen hardpoint. Tries to sneak past the opposing team. Nameless sniffs it out. Parasite all the way in the back of that helipad room area, ready for the flank to come in. So it looks like Complexity have now set themselves up to try to lock down this hardpoint. Mirx behind the bar. He loses the gunfight there to Aches. Now 2 players, the duo, Teepee and Aches, beginning to push towards this hardpoint, and it's a flawless hold from Nameless again. Gonna be up to Slasher. They try to use this wall run to get around the back. He's trying to stay alive. He's barely staying on the map. He does not stay on. He falls off. does all he can to stay alive, but he buys his team enough time to get into this hard point. A two-piece by Teepee, and there's the Purifier from Aches as he begins to cut everybody down. Someone set off the smoke alarm because we got ourselves a fire.
Yeah, perfect time to take out the Purifier. He's continuing on the tear. 3 kills for Aches right there, and he gets himself some score streaks working towards the Raps, Mr. Raps himself. But these score streaks, they're going to be so useful for the upcoming hardpoint on the vents. There's not much cover you could utilize to dodge the Hellstorm missile, to dodge the Lightning Strike. Let's see if Aches decides to play for the Raps. He's going to juggle the hardpoint, finds one, and he does get shut down, but those streaks are going to be so important.
And you can see right there, Complexity electing to give up the last 5 seconds to have a better setup for this top vents hardpoint. Will Aches call in the score streaks? It does look like he will. And you can see that forces Complexity out of the hill, but Ricky has the site ready to use. The push from Envy coming in. It's 2v2. Ricky doing all he can to stay alive. He's got one player coming around the back. They have seen that Jkap is back there. He's able to clean him up. So now the push coming back in from Kitchen, and it does look like Envy have some control of the hardpoint.
This one, it's coming down to the wire once again.
Nice EMP.
Looking at Jkap, sees one player behind the fence right here. He's going to get cut down. Moving back over to Aches. Envy, they're spawning pretty far away. It's only Slasher and Teepee in a position to try and contest. HD comes in, does some damage on the Slasher. Teepee follows up with the kill of his own. Make it 2, moves inside the hardpoint. Can he get the 3rd? It's going to be Aches helping him out there as Envy, they retake the lead. Only 10 seconds for Envy to close it out, but Complexity, they are not far behind.
1 second separating these two teams. Envy have gained control of the hardpoint, and they clear out all of Complexity. They can win off this hill, and it looks like it's going to happen. Envy narrowly win game number 1 by about 11 seconds, and they win it on the backs of Tyler. Teepee right there, 39 and 28. What a performance from him. Over a minute of hill time. What a game number 1 to start off this best-of-5 series. And again, Revan, Complexity lose in heartbreaking fashion by Complexity.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. So let's see what Envy does here. Are they going to protect fast hands again? I don't think you want to kind of waste your stuff on protects right here, unless you're super scared that the other team is going to ban fast hands. But I'm pretty sure Complexity, they want to play with fast hands as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the dialogue Envy's having right now. What are we going to use the second pick on? It's going to be an overkill ban from Slasher.
So we talked about that a little bit. It looks like Envy elects to say, hey, let's put that stuff away. Let's just play a little bit more straight up. Obviously, the pistols are very strong. That MR6 is totally lethal. We saw it from Nagafen yesterday. Ricky banning out that high caliber. No big surprise there. And the smoke's going away by Jkap. What do you think about that decision?
Well, whenever you talk about smokes, right, you immediately go towards that thermal sight. The Shiva goes away as well. This could be a good map for the Shiva. You saw Fizzerp do some serious damage with that gun, especially on this map. The stun goes away. Still waiting on that thermal sight, because if you allow no smokes and the thermal, well, I guess, yeah, I mean, that takes away a lot of cover that you might get from the thermal sight, but also things like cold-blooded as well. You might not even need it anymore, depending on, you know, how you're going to be playing. Are you going to be worried about those sniper rifles? There goes the rapid fire as well.
Makes sense.
The flashbang will be the last bang here. A lot of tacticals going away in that
majority of the tacticals gone out of the ban and protect will definitely have an impact on the game. Now, as we head to the specialist draft, wondering if we'll see glitch used by either of these teams. Kinetic armor. I think kinetic armor is a staple in every single map. We saw Nameless do some work with it.
Well, it's consistently good, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you can see EMPs were being thrown to try to block it out, but still Nameless was making plays happen. Slasher electing to be the active camo user for Envy in this game number 2.
Yeah, active camo, you're going to see that used in pretty much every single search and destroy. I'm curious to see who's going to pick up glitch. You see Ricky, he picks up camo, but you see some sick plays happen with glitch, but that is also something like you mess around with glitch all the time, and I always see you get consistent like results from glitch. Like you're consistently able to maybe make a big play happen, consistently able to stay alive later in the round. So I think that's definitely a specialist you want to use in Search and Destroy.
I definitely love seeing it picked up because I think it's one of the flashiest specialists in the game. You can definitely make some major plays with it. Vision Pulse picked by both teams. This is a map that it is very strong on. You go inside that mansion area or near it, you
cover
Vision Pulse.
A lot of different areas.
You see everyone inside the rooms. You get full knowledge of where they are, what corners to peek, what corners not to peek. And finally, the Heat Wave is picked, so unfortunately no glitch coming into play. Psychosis on this map, Revan.
I like it.
Where do you think it'll be used? What do you like to see happen with it?
Well, on offense, you could see it used to bait out shots over near the B-bomb site, bait out shots inside mansion. The one reason I love it on this map, because there aren't really any cliffs that they could fall off on. And on a map like Breach, you know, you're over near that B bomb site, you activate your Psychosis to make out some shots, and they all just kind of jog right off the cliff of the map. So this map, it's pretty linear. You know, the clones can figure out where they're going, and it's something. It's more of like an information play.
Yeah.
You know, you pop it over near the B bomb site. Okay, there's a guy playing back jeeps. You pop it inside. You know, the mansion. All right, there's a guy playing couches, playing stairs, playing top stairs. A lot of views can be gotten from using Psychosis here.
And now on this map, obviously the big question mark area for me is really the bunker side, right?
Yeah.
It seems like most times teams just kind of say, okay, let's send one player over there. They'll kind of watch it. Are you more of a fan of having someone play a little bit more centralized on the defensive side where they kind of sit in the back Jeep area, watch over B, watch over bottom mansion, and kind of also watch bunker? Or would you rather have a dedicated person who's just in charge of making sure they can't get flanked?
So the problem with having somebody that's dedicated to watching bunker is they can't really help out anyone else on the team. So if somebody gets taken out at A, and you're just sitting there watching bunker, now you have a lot of ground to cover to try to fill in that gap. Whereas if you're playing over near like the back statue in your spawn or over in the back Jeeps, someone gets taken out at A, it's an easy rotation. You go towards the bottom Lambo, you jump in towards the top window, you could fill in where needed. I just think, you know, that's something where you could see a sniper come into play. You're playing back Jeeps. Initially, you get that information over near the middle of the map. Then it's like, okay, I'm just going to be spotting over near your bunker, and that's your job for the rest of the round.
And I feel like that's something that we might have overlooked, too, in talking about the sniper, is you could stop top statue with an overkill in your back pocket. So, hey, oh, there's one pushing top kitchen. All right, boom, overkill, go help your teammate out. Oh, there's one pushing A, overkill, you go on white car, utilize that head cover there on that car area to watch over the A site. With overkill being banned, now you kind of sacrifice that secondary weapon.
However, that's fine because the pistols are good in those close-range engagements.
They definitely are.
And there are going to be a lot of close-quartered fights on this map.
The L-Car still very strong even after its nerf. Not quite the super versatile weapon it once was. The RK5, a fan favorite, and that MR6 is lethal in the right hands of the pro players. But we're loading into map number 2, Complexity down 0-1. I think you and I both agree this is a must-win map if they want to come back in this series.
I think so. I could agree with that.
Oh, it's their bread and butter. Ricky playing Search and Destroy tournaments all the times with the S&D stars, the guys who kind of just run those tourneys. We'll see what he's learned from them as we load into map number 2 on offense to start things off. It's going to be Complexity, and it looks like we're going to see what Ricky himself is going to be using.
Yeah, I just want to flip through, see if anybody's using that sniper rifle. So nobody for Complexity has it. But then again, we got to go back to Ricky, right? So primarily he's going to be using that M8. ELO in stock, the only attachments. Does spot one early on, pushing out over near bunker. He's going to go ahead and fight this, get some good tags on that player. Who's that going to be? It's going to be Aches being a bit aggressive, but he backs down. Let's switch over to Miracles. He's the bomb carrier for Complexity. Let's see where he decides to push here.
It looks like they have one player. Is he sitting right by that couches area for Envy? It does appear so. Ricky now getting in more engagements in that back bunker area. Aches doing all he can to stay alive, and it looks like Envy have elected to go for that more one-on-one engagement over there. Both players utilizing beautiful cover to stay alive. Slasher will strike first blood on Parasite, and it does look like Miracles will begin to plant the bomb on B. A tough spot, a 3v4 for Cole, but they do have the objective down.
And keep in mind, Envy know that Ricky's playing over near the back jump ball, right? And that bomb was planted in a position where Ricky could just peek out, spots the bomb, sees 2 players over near that site. Nameless finds a kill on the Slasher. Ricky continuing to put shots down into Aches, and because that bomb was able to get planted, Complexity are back in this round.
And this is an example, right, of Ricky's experience in Search and Destroy. He knows when the bomb is planted in that area, he can sit top shed and fire right through those trees. That's going to leave Teepee in a 1 versus 3. He's able to cut down Nameless. But
so much position he needs to check now.
This is not going to happen. He's got one player right beneath him. Ricky now still staying alive. Shed, he's got to expect Teepee to be around here. And this is something, I actually played against Ricky last night in a Search and Destroy match.
It was rough, right?
His ability to kind of read and examine what's going on the map at all times is something I've never experienced in COD when facing a player before.
Really good game sense.
He has beautiful game sense, beautiful map knowledge. I faced him actually on Infection, and he knew exactly where to go to watch the cross at all times. He knew, hey, if he's not pushing this area, he's got to be on site. The amount of times he killed someone when they're planning just because of the game sense he had was insane. He's the reason why they were able to win that round number 1. He's already up 2-0 to start off this map too. Jkap electing to toss out a nade and go right back towards that snow side.
So interesting, like going into this map, we are talking a lot about how this could be very SMG heavy for offense. Envy have 3 M8s right now. Teepee is the only person with the SMG, that's the VMP. But also looking at the setup from Complexity, like we were talking about, look at Parasite. He's just trying to spot over near bunkers, see if anybody's pushing through, but he can also help out his teammates if something goes down over near mansion.
And this is an example, right, of where you need that coordinated push from Envy. Teepee cannot just do this all alone.
Oh, no, definitely
There's a
not.
player sitting on the A-bomb site. There's one behind couches, both with full cover, but here is where the push will come in. Teepee has the EMP. Jkap checks that right corner. He should slide across and spot a player tables. Now they both get in towards that top lab area. This is where the methodical push begins. Slasher sitting down near that B-bomb site. Teepee just going to elect to try to get this bomb down near that B area. Haven't spotted any players as of yet. Very passive play from Complexity. They want to make sure they don't give up first blood. And Jkap strikes first.
Yeah, takes down Mirx. Teepee gets the bomb down. He gets taken down right after those. It's going to be one player left alive for Complexity. And this is the guy you want in the 1-on-3 situation. It's Ricky himself.
Nope.
He gets taken down by Jkap. Nice try by Envy. They were able to get that bomb planted. They do win the round. As Ricky unable to clutch that 1v3, you see Jkap here in the round-ending kill cam.
Both teams electing to give up this top lab area, and it comes back to bite them as the round goes on. Last time it was Mirx who got up there right away. This time it's Jkap alongside Teepee. The bomb gets planted and they close it out. So far offense on this map 2-0. The teams, though, knotted up 1-1.
You know, that's weird. I would expect the defense to win the majority of the rounds here on Stronghold, but actually both teams winning their first offensive round. Looks like it's going to be quick push by Mirx. He goes top bedroom. Jkap not watching the side window. Mirx gets the easy kill there. And I think that's the issue why we didn't see many players choosing to be aggressive near that side of the map. It's because you need to worry about two different positions. Do they come in through the front window? Do they come in from the side window? And you could get caught off guard very easily like that.
There's some very good setups you can have to watch that top lab area. You have one sitting in that corner near those big glass statues on that left wall from here on the Parasite perspective. And then you have one sitting on the opposite side of that sign that's in the middle of the room. You watch each other's backs. You play for the trade. Neither team electing to do that so far. Parasite in a tough gun battle. He's got another player laying down shots on him as well from the B site. That's Aches, who's able to take another kill in favor of Envy. This is now a 3-on-2. Envy primed to win another round and go up 2-1.
And Parasite was relying on Mirx to kind of watch his back right there, but it was a pretty long-range engagement for the VMP. Mirx unable to give sufficient cover, but here comes Ricky. He's going to challenge Aches here. Aches has good cover, gets some help from Teepee, so it's off to Mirx. It's a one-on-one, and he's going to take it. Takes down Aches, takes down Teepee, as it's going to be Complexity winning their second round.
Mirx with the ace. He picked up the second kill in top bedroom, stayed alive top lab. And again, the control of top lab wins Complexity the round. Beautiful shots from him and the challenge on Teepee to put them up 2-1. So Envy had all things going for him in that round, but they were not able to play for the trades efficiently enough, and it comes back to bite him. Was that Mirx, who's now 5-1 with an HC?
Yeah, he's got the HC working towards the dart. And then the lightning strike after. Those are like the three main streaks you're going to see used in Search and Destroy. But let's take a look at him on defense, because now he has the chance to make a big play. He's going to be pushed up inside bedroom. You just saw him actually take advantage of Jkap in this position. Let's see if that happens to him here.
And here's Complexity playing more of that style of not having someone who's dedicated to just watching bunker. Parasite playing with that sniper, sitting near that statue area, kind of exactly what we were talking about prior to this game starting up. He's just trying to see if he can spot anyone shed. He'll have to try to hit that boost snipe through that top red room, or that top red wall, sorry, as you mentioned, Revan. Right now, both teams playing a little bit more passively. Jkap really the most aggressively pushed for Envy. He's trying to see if he can spot a player top kitchen, but it doesn't look like any luck is going to go in his favor.
Yeah, as they boost over near top bedroom, he's going to check his corner, unable to get the kill, but Jkap is there for the trade. A trade like that early in the round is going to favor the offense every time. Here comes Jkap, does find one more player, not going to challenge, but he was able to pick up a VMP. Aches in the meantime finds Ricky. Time starting to wind down, though, for Envy. They got to look to get this bomb planted pretty soon.
And look, they had a window to get the bomb planted at B. It took Jkap a while to get over. The pressure now coming in from Cole. That's Parasite who's able to get one, and he backs up right away. They missed their timing window because Jkap was so far away. It's now a 1v2. Nameless just needs to kill the bomb planter and get away. He's able to get one. He spots a player on site. Nameless wins the gunfight, and that's going to put Cole up 3-1. Another 1v2 engagement that comes out in favor of Complexity. He saw the time winding down, and look, Revan, Jkap was so far away that the timing window they had to plant the bomb went away. As he was running over, you could kind of see it developing. Parasite peaked at the perfect time, putting Nameless in the position to get the 1v2. What a heads-up play. Cole now winning 2 rounds that they really shouldn't have had. They're up 3-1.
Maybe a bit of a mistake by Envy right there. Maybe Jkap not recognizing, oh, I got the bomb, guys. I need to come over there and help you. But Complexity, I guess that answers the questions we had about them, right? They're coming out, guns blazing here and search and destroy. Miracle's now going to choose to use the HCXD. Let's see what information he gets here.
And these were really the plays that we're failing to make yesterday. Miracles with that HC just gets some information of where the player is bottom mansion. So far, neither team has been able to strike first blood. Nameless rotating towards his B bomb site. He's got a player directly to his left. Will the Shadow reveal his position?
Nice.
Nameless still wins the gun battle against Teepee, though. Utilizing that cover, he's 100 points away from his HC. That's first blood again for Complexity. They're beginning to run away with this game, number 2.
Parasite spots one top. Mansion takes down Aches, and Complexity, they're just picking Envy apart player by player. Great timing by Parasite. He finds 2 more kills in the round. Everything going well for Cole right now.
They've won 3 rounds of this game in a row that have come off 2 pieces in the final kill cam. Here's another one from Parasite. Beautiful stuff from him. You could see Envy just kind of caught an awkward position.
Yeah.
Not able to make the round win happen. Nameless, the big difference maker there as he pushed towards that B-bomb site. Utilized that white block for cover and then pushed in with his bomb carrier to plant the objective. Envy needs to regain composure here. What do you want to see him change up on this offensive side of things?
I mean, maybe you could take things a bit more aggressively, I think. The main problem in that last round, it was like, you know, a lot of action going down over near bunker in the round, but they didn't give themselves a lot of time to work with at the end of the round. Jkap was so far away to try to get that bomb down. Maybe you work a little bit quicker. This time around, they do get first blood on the Nameless, so that's going to open things up on the map.
Heads up play from Envy to watch that bunker area. Slasher called out that there were 2 players there. He gets 1 kill. His teammate is there to back him up. This is where you expect to see camo be used. Will he begin to be the one to charge in towards bottom couch area? Psychosis coming out for Envy. That's going to leave Miracles in a 1v4. The bomb's going to get planted. Mir does all he can to stay alive, but it's not enough. Complexity giving around over to Envy. It's now 4-2.
Yeah, however, that's fine for Complexity, right? Unfortunately, they kind of give away a round on their defensive side, but they had rounds to play with. They still have a pretty comfortable lead of 2 rounds, and maybe Envy could start to gain some momentum from this. But you see Jkap, he's not using flak jacket on his class. I'm sure players for Complexity, these are the type of players to notice things like that. So I expect them to maybe take out some nades. You see Miracles, he does have his Semtex to use. So the guys from Envy, they need to be mindful of this.
This is where I expect Vision Pulse to be used, right? You got Vision Pulse. You also have an EMP. They have Heat Wave with Parasite. I do believe Envy still has their camo. You know that they want to save that for the offensive side of things. Miracle slowly pushing up towards middle map. You'd love to see him sit below that bottom lab area and call in his Vision Pulse. This looks like the exact area where you'd want to call it in at. Hasn't elected to do so as of yet. There it goes, just where you expect him to use it. Spots 1 player, at least 2 players he sees inside of that top mansion area. Now he gets on the site to begin to plant the bomb. The challenge coming out of Nameless. Miracles doing all he can to stay alive. Beautiful trades in favor of him, but the flank coming in. Parasite trades it again. It's Jkap versus Ricky in the 1v1, the round that can really determine this game, and it's going to be Ricky who wins the gunfight. Some beautiful shots onto Jkap. Here's a look at the headshot on the final kill cam.
I mean, this is where Ricky always plays, right? You see him here every single offensive round. He covers that jump wall because it gives him a clear line of sight on that bomb site. Solid shots from Ricky as he takes down Jkap. Complexity, they're going to go up 5-2 in round count. Only need 1 more to close this out.
And that's another example of a round that really could have gone in Envy's favor. That's 3 now in this game. What really could be a scoreline of 5-2 in favor of Envy is leading towards Cole. The plays are being made at the moment. They fully deserve to win this game if you're a fan of Complexity.
All right, so Jkap has his Vision Pulse, has to use it in this round, right?
Yep.
I don't think there's any reason for him to try to save it. You see Teepee, he's pretty close to his kinetic armor, but keeping an eye on Jkap, he's playing pretty far back. Obviously not a position where he could use that Vision Pulse effectively. Teepee trying to challenge a player near the bottom. It's going to be Slasher taking down Parasite. So Envy, they do get first blood.
Nice bait and switch.
Let's see if they could keep it going here.
Nice bait and switch. Teepee still watching that B side. You can see there is a player right on the other side of the wall for Complexity. They're going to challenge again. Slasher and Teepee, the duo right now pushing towards that B site. Slasher just going to watch over Teepee as he plants his bomb. They still have Jkap watching the flank. Reads Miracles like a book. Now, this is where things begin to get interesting, right? Ricky is very close to his camo. He can wait things out to get it, but also Teepee is close. They still have their Vision Pulse. He sees a player on that left wall. Looks like he's going to wind up challenging pretty recklessly here at any moment. 3 players, though, on his map. That's Aches with the kill. 5-3. Complexity, though, still 1 round away from tying up this series 1-1.
Yeah, not a situation where you expect Ricky to clutch it. There were a lot of the Envy players. They were very close by to help each other out as Ricky decided to challenge. Aches a little close to taking out Slasher's head from the back there, but he's able to close out on the kill. Now this gets interesting, right? If Envy are able to take this defensive round, goes 5-4, and now they're starting to gain their specialists. So they have these tools available to them to come back into the game. Gotta watch out for Ricky. He was able to earn his camo in that last round.
This is where you expect it to be used, right? This is kind of that round where Cole says,
close it out.
Let's close it out here. He's got the active camo. Will he spot a player on the site? It doesn't appear so as of yet. It's also key that Nameless has his kinetic armor. One player charges right out through middle. That's Teepee with his kinetic armor. He's able to get one, but unfortunately for him, he's not able to follow it up. Ricky gets out alive. That is a major difference maker here as that specialist is gone. That's going to leave it in a 3-on-3. Parasite still watching the flank towards that bottom snow bedroom area. Ricky, this is his home, right? Yeah. Ricky lives in this shed in the middle of the woods in the snow.
And wow, Teepee really caught Ricky at like the perfect time right there. As he backed up to reload his gun, that's when Teepee came out. Fortunately enough, Ricky had help from his teammate to get that kill. Ricky spots one over near the top. It's going to be Jkap cleaning up that close, so no camo available for Complexity. Jkap finds two. Here comes Parasite, though, coming around on the flank. Could potentially do some damage as the bomb was dropped with the L card. Does find Jkap. Make it a 1-on-2. He's got a little bit of time to work with here. Not sure if he has enough time to go all the way back around the flank like this.
You can see Parasite has no idea where his opponents are. He just threw an EMP at a completely safe part of the map. The setup on the B side is going to be absolutely lethal. You have Aches watching the front side, and then his teammate Slasher watching the back. Parasite going to elect to move towards his A site. He will be able to get this bomb planted, but Envy should be able to snip this one out. They should be able to get there pretty quickly. Will Aches get there in time to kill him before he gets away? No, it doesn't appear so. Parasite giving himself a chance.
Okay. He's in a bit of a sneaky position. Gets some good time here. Finds one down below, but Slasher gets the best of him with the RK5.
And he's got an HC.
Yep.
And he's going to be close to camo.
Let's see what Aches is close to. Not really much. Let's see exactly how much closer Slasher gets.
Oh, maybe 2 more kills.
So around 3/4 way to his camo. That is still something that can come back to, or that he can earn maybe in the next round, maybe in round 11. But Envy, they stay alive for at least one more round. Good attempt by Parasite, though, there.
Now, do you want to see this HC called in right away?
No.
By Slasher, or you
want to wait. You don't want to give them time to change to a flak jacket class, right? So I think you could buy, at least 15 seconds time before you call in the HC.
All right, well, it's going to be up to Envy as they are on the offensive side of things. Ricky still with that
Jkap still Vision Pulse.
Jkap with Vision Pulse. There's the HC. No way Teepee gets his kinetic armor again this game. So it seems like there's pressure on the B site from Cole. They're just going to have one player back up. Very passive play from Complexity, not even having a presence inside that bottom couch area. They know the HC's coming in. They want to ensure they give themselves the best chance of blowing it up without getting killed.
Yeah, just trying to spot a player here. Did not get the hitboxes for the player over near the top.
Love this spot.
Yep. Good use of the third-person ability as well. Just trying to get any possible information for his team, so that he could call it out, relay it to his guys.
And that's going to let them begin to push up through middle map.
Yeah, now the B-bomb site's clear. They could go for the plant.
He sees one in the back. Will this HC get blown up? It does appear so, but hey, they got all the information they need. They have the bomb getting planted, and here comes the challenge from Complexity. Jkap in a beautiful spot. He's got one player jumping right above him. That's Ricky, who went right over that wall, and Slasher's challenging with a pistol.
He's so far. Okay.
Aches is by himself. He's got one player right below. Aches is done.
Yeah.
What was that challenge from Slasher? What did Slasher just do?
I mean, bit unfortunate there. However, you got to give it to Complexity, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have questions about them coming into this specific game after that heartbreaking hardpoint loss. How are they going to rebound? And they do so in a very good fashion.
And you know what I think we missed? We didn't wind up calling out. Ricky got that 2-piece with the RK5.
Yeah.
I think he used his camo. So they had his teammate bait around the corner. Ricky ran out with the camo and easily killed the bomb planter. I believe yesterday, if you had FMJ on, you would kind of melt the person with armor a little bit quicker. Now that it has been patched out, FMJ, though, still very popular on this map, especially in search and destroy like game modes, because it makes it much easier to shoot through the walls on top grandmas and top barn, two very powerful positions that can be kind of shut down when using that attachment. But off the start, nothing too crazy in the bands. Whoa! Whoa!
That's Envy protecting rapid fire?
Protecting rapid fire. That's like the farthest thing I would have ever expected to happen.
Yeah.
You could see Complexity saying rapid fire is protected.
Well, now, man, if war comes into play, a lot of different guns become a lot better. The XR2, you could also use a rapid fire. Even the M8, you could throw rapid fire on that.
I'm going to tell you right now,
ban fast hands. Do it, Miracles.
No, Aches is gonna wind up banning out the flashbang. I'm 1,000% sure of it.
What if he doesn't?
I'm so sure.
Overdrive?
It's going to happen that you don't even know what would happen if it doesn't.
Yeah, okay, good call.
Man, I really just know this Envy team too well. I deserve a medal.
So that is actually very cool that Teepee decided to protect a rapid fire. Like we were saying, I think we might see a lot of Man of War play, but the M8's still in play. M8's still great.
But it's funny you mention that because even on Fringe Hardpoint yesterday, you were seeing the likes of Parasite use that Man of War over the M8 through a lot of the map. And now that Rapid Fire's up, I don't know about you, but I'm grabbing that M8, tossing Rapid Fire on it, and shredding people, especially when they have that drone. Specialist being picked, Scythe, this is the
Camo
map for it. Camo picked up by Parasite. On the other side of things, we saw Slasher use Camo yesterday on Infection Uplink. This time he's going to go with Heatwave.
Annihilator getting picked up by Jkap. I think this is a great map for the Annihilator. You could be so mobile with it, and it could really be the catalyst for making some big plays. You see Fears all the time with the Annihilator. On the other side, you see Ricky, of course, he goes for the Scythe. Kinetic Armor getting picked up by Miracles. Heatwave and Camo also getting picked by Complexity. Ace, he's going to be using the Scythe for his team. So for the side of Envy, you got 2 weapons, 2 abilities. On the side of Complexity, I think I mixed up the names there. You got 3 abilities, 1 weapon.
And when I see the Annihilator get picked right there by Jkap, that's kind of my great equalizer of a weapon because the Scythe kills so fast. Well, guess what kills a little bit faster? It's that Annihilator. You get one good, accurate shot,
all it takes.
Scythe is done. Outside of that, the Scythe can just have a field day alongside the map. You saw Aches grab one of his own there. Let's talk about the Heatwave, though.
Okay.
In Uplink, you can use it to either play defense when the drone is coming in. Here he comes, Heatwave, or Slasher, who we've been seeing carry the drone a lot for Envy, playing more of that objective playstyle, especially in Black Ops 3. He's running that drone. He's got 3 players around him, just hits that Heatwave, which just comes out in a big sphere around him. He dunks it in. That's a smart play for him.
Especially for the goal that's set up behind Grandma's Hardpoint, where it's going to be a bit closer where you're going to be defending as opposed to the barn side where it's very open. I think that's what he's going to be saving it for when he's trying to wall run along the side of Grandma's.
Absolutely.
As he turns the corner, just pop the Heatwave, get in the easy dunk. But we're about to see what goes on. I mean, what are you expecting from both these teams? What do you think they're going to do on this map?
I mean, this is one where I really think Parasite and Ricky, their only goal is going to be lock down the middle map area.
Okay.
Their job is to lock that down, have their objective players move it in through rails, be the ones that are just kind of the Bash Brothers, right, from the old Mighty Ducks movie, where their job is just to clear out the lanes.
Never saw the Mighty Ducks.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding, Revan. You can still be my roommate. So basically that's their job. On the other side of things, I think Slasher's got his plate full. On this map. Coming down to looking at how these rosters will stack up, Slasher is going to need to absolutely go off for his team. And then you add in Jkap. He's got that Annihilator. I mentioned how Uplink, this is kind of the game mode that I really loved watching him play in AW because he's really a big shot caller for his team back then. How will that transfer into Black Ops 3? We'll have to see as we are loading into map number 3. If you're just tuning in, the series is tied up 1-1. Complexity just won their first map of the Call of Duty World League Pro Division, and Envy just lost their first map. So we'll have to see how that affects them emotionally. These are all veteran players, though. You got to fully expect them to keep playing the game they love to play. Game 3 starting up now. It's going to be Fringe Uplink. Hashtag CWL PS4. Send in your thoughts. Also, if you're loving the streams, be sure to tweet out to everybody. Say, hey, great job, guys. But we're loading into map 3 now. It looks like we're watching Slasher. He's got that M8 with the Policia.
So rapid fire being used here on the VMP for Miracles.
Ooh.
Definitely viable as well, especially since the Vesper got taken down. But early on, it's going to be him and Ricky fighting over towards the track side of the map. Early kills being made by Envy. Now it's going to be Complexity. They have a chance to respond, so they win some initial gunfights over near the back tracks. Miracles has one more player to take down, but drone control touched by Envy for a little bit. Now it's in the hands of Jkap. In a position to get a 1-point toss, and that's exactly what he's going to go for. Does he hit it? Yes, he does. That's exactly right there, what we were talking about.
That's why I love watching Jkap in Uplink. He's the guy that, like, when you're sitting in class at school, you're like, this guy raised his hand again. It's because he knows everything. He knows all the information. You ask a question about Uplink on a map, Jkap knows it. He's that kid in school that studies so hard for an easy test and gets 107 on it every single time.
All right, so drone control still in favor of Envy. They push it forward. Kills being made. They maintain their forward position.
Yeah.
Drone now in the hands of Slasher. Let's see where he goes here.
What does he have on his M8 right there? Because his kills were coming in pretty darn quick. There's the toss in. He does have that customized on it, so we can't quite see exactly
rapid fire on it.
what he's using. But now the VMP making some plays happen for Teepee inside of this barn area. Envy so far putting on a show. They're locking Complexity in the back of their base. This should be another easy play. You will slide right off the edge of that one. No, he elects to just float right on in. Already 4-0, Envy up in just a minute and a half.
Yeah, they have a very explosive start here, Envy. They're up by 4 points already. We've only played like a minute and a half, and now it's going to be Jkap. He's got the drone in his control. Once again, just tosses it as far as he can as they try to maintain their forward position. It's up to Complexity. You know, they're trying to regain position at their base, right? They're going top barn. Finally, they're able to kind of slow the game down, and now it's going to be Ricky. He's got the drone. Let's see if they can convert this into a score.
I mentioned how kind of Parasite was going to be the one that needs to lock down the middle map area. Not a big fan of the decision there by Ricky to toss that up to Parasite. Parasite's only job there should have been to lead block for Ricky.
Yeah.
Instead, he tosses it forward. Parasite picks up the drone, drops it makes him not be able to fire back, and he just kind of gets shredded right there by 2 players of Envy. So far, the teamwork looking better by the boys in blue, but Complexity is in no shape, way, or form being out of this game.
Yeah, that's something Mr. X does to me all the time, man. Every time he has a drone, he just passes it right to me. He wants no part of that, but Ricky, great play by him. You know, all 4 go down by Envy. Immediately, he grabs that drone. Jkap has a lot of work to do here on the defensive side of things. He needs to stay alive. He needs to pick up these kills.
Yeah, Mr. X is the antonym of objective. If you don't know what antonym means, then prayers. Go look it up in your local dictionary. Nameless, able to strike down Jkap. I believe that is with the Man of War. We'll see if he's rocking rapid fire on that weapon once he spawns back up. Still a 1-possession game between these 2 teams. Jkap takes Ricky out of that power position on that white truck. So much cover there, you can basically only see the opponent's head. Looks like that Man of War from Nameless will be rotating towards that rail side of things.
Rapid fire on it.
Yeah, I would as well. It's really when you bring that weapon out. Really just trading back and forth, and seems like things have begun to slow down just a little bit after our first 3 minutes of gameplay.
Well, yeah, after that explosive start from Envy, both these teams now fighting for mid-map control. Ricky pushes forward, tries to get some slaying done, but Jkap takes him down. Now he has control of the drone, and they're just going to go ahead and reset as they push up over towards the Sin side. I want to move over to Slasher. This is like my key player to watch for this Envy squad. If he has a good game, it's going to be pretty easy for Envy to take the map.
Now, do you want to see Jkap use this Annihilator right now, or would you rather him save it for a moment where they can score?
Either score, or if he needs to come up big on the defensive end of things, right? That's the thing with these specials is you can get many different good uses out of them. Either he whips it out as they're trying to make a play happen, or if he needs to get these kills on the defensive side, then he could take it out then as well.
I saw a tweet from Clayster yesterday say, in a response to Maven, saying, you know, the specialist can make the best plays and the coolest plays, or the most frustrating plays. It really depends on what side of it you're on. It looks like Jkap now has that drone. He's got coverage. He's going to slide right off that edge. There we go. He dunks it right in. 6-2 lead. Envy regaining some pressure on the map. They are going to have to get control of this middle white truck area. Ooh, was that Parasite using that active camo? He just tried to stay alive long enough, but Teepee reads him like a book.
So that's very interesting. He chooses to use the camo to maybe try to get the drone away from the Envy guys instead of maybe using it to take control of a power position.
I love this from Teepee. He knows he's going to be able to run this one in with ease. He preemptively uses kinetic. That's going to let him dunk that one right in, and he still stays alive. He's on a tear right now. Unfortunately for him, he does fall. Jkap does have that one toss spot. This is Envy's plan. They grab the drone. They toss it near small fences. Jkap's got one player right next to him that's going to be up to Slasher to go for the 1-point toss. He goes for the toss, and it's going to get dropped right at his feet. So at the half, it's Envy up 8-2. Strong start from them here in game number 3.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty comfortable lead here on Fringe uplink. But Complexity, man, for the majority of that game, they were trying to fight for control of their base, right? Parasite could have maybe used that camo, establish some position over near middle map, maybe get towards that white truck over near the grandma's fence, take control of the tin L right near the middle of the map. Instead, he decides to go for the drone. I think that was a play where Complexity, they really could have bought themselves a lot of time to regain control of their side of the map.
You saw right there in the final kill cam, Slasher is using rapid fire on that M8. Ricky getting closer and closer to that site. A definite difference maker, especially on the map Fringe. If you sit up from top, Grandma's Miracle's in charge of watching this little room area. He's going to be the furthest pushed up for Complexity right now. I love the decision to pick up that kill and just begin to stay alive. He's going to be a nuisance for the opposing team. Parasite tries to grab that drone and toss it to his teammate, but really the only one there to try to pick it up is going to be Nameless. Miracle's doing all he can to be sneaky near this bottom barn area. Nameless in one gunfight on the player inside barn, not able to pick it up as of yet.
All right, so kills just being exchanged by both these teams. Nameless knows there's one player over near tracks, makes quick work with Jkap. The heat wave comes out from both of these players. He will get the kill on the slasher, so 2 down right now for Envy. This is a chance for Complexity to maybe move that drone a bit further up on the map. They certainly have the position to work with. You see Mirx, he's inside Barn. He's in a good spot to maybe make some kills here, but one player for Envy just waiting in the wings. It's going to be Teepee, has a good line of sight onto this drone. Let's see if he can stop this push from Complexity.
Imagine if like running backs in the NFL had heat wave. That would be the most ridiculous
thing. What's a running back?
Okay, you know what? You haven't seen the Mighty Ducks. You don't watch football. Next thing I'm going to find out is you probably don't eat apples. I know, you don't eat. Reverend's never eat an apple, everybody. But as we're mentioning that, Complexity dunks it in. They're down by 2 possessions. Nameless has just been a nuisance so far this whole second side on a 4 streak. And as I say that, I give him the caster curse. He falls, and look in your top right. That's 4 skulls for Complexity. This should be an easy dunk for Envy. So they answer right back and regain their 6-point lead.
That was a very quick answer or a very quick response by Envy. And that seems to be the kind of thing that we've seen from both teams. You know, they push in, they get a dunk, then all of them go down as Jkap beats down Nameless. But as soon as they lose control, the other team is able to capitalize so quickly. Jkap will get shut down there by Parasite, so the control of the drone will go back in favor of Complexity. But Envy, they have a 6-point lead. There's still time for Complexity to start working away at that deficit that they currently face, but they need to start working a bit quicker now.
And that's what I love about Teepee. Even though the rest of his teammates are losing all their gun battles, Teepee sat L-wall, laying down, pre-aiming with his VMP. But as I mentioned that, let's get back into this play because you know what? Things are getting very aggressive right here for Complexity. He's got that active camo, but Parasite's not able to dunk it in. Envy spawned up just close enough, but what I was mentioning about Teepee, right, is he diagnosed the fact that Complexity were going to move that drone down rails with 4 players. He sat L-wall, waited for the person who was watching the flank, picked them up, and then went for a flank on his own. Unfortunately, his teammates lost those first gun battles, but that would have been a perfect pinch if those one-on-one engagements went in Envy's favor. Right now, they're doing a great job of base defense. They just need to stop Parasite from pushing this drone forward. He goes to the toss. He connects with that one. Now a 5-point game.
Yeah, I can't take my eyes off Jkap, man. He is having a very good game right now. +8, was just on a bit of a spree, but now Slasher, last one alive. All 4 go down for Envy. This is another opportunity for Complexity, but we're getting down to that time. You know, maybe these 1-point plays, they might not be cutting it in a little bit of time, but here comes Parasite. He's pushing forward, has Ricky there to give him some cover. Just going to reset that armor, and he's going to get taken down. Ricky's here to try to pick up the slack. He gets taken down as well. It's going to be Aches making a big 2-piece. Throws the drone off the map, continuing to do some work in the slaying department. Also has that scythe ready to pull out whenever he's ready to take it.
Do you agree with that play by Parasite? It looked like he had full armor. He didn't get shot. It looked like he was more trying to play it to help Ricky watch those cutoffs. Unfortunately, though, Aches just didn't miss his shots. Now Slasher has a chance to score. He's about to go in, and he gets it. Beautiful use of that heat wave as he stopped Parasite in his tracks. Envy now running away with this game 3. Oh, Slasher just can't be stopped.
Yeah, now Envy, they're really running away with this right now. Mirx, for a quick second, gets control of that drone, and he's just trying to buy time for his team to settle down, right? Just tries to toss it over near the barn side of the map, buying a bit of time for his team to push up, but time's starting to wind down here, Courage. Only 50 seconds remaining on the clock. Complexity, they need to set up the perfect relay to come back into this game.
They need to get 4 dead and run this drone. Unfortunately, though, there's a man named Jkap, and ball is life for him as he picks up 2 kills. He's leading his team at 24 and 18. You can see that kinetic armor being used there by Teepee. His only goal is to toss it forward, and he's got Aches there. The duo, he flanked through tin. Oh, Complexity had no idea. The communication from Envy coming out. Jkap has that Annihilator, and Cole fans, I have some bad news for you. Jkap is still quite good at uplink in Black Ops.
Yeah, Jkap's pretty good.
You can see kind of how it transferred over, right? He knew exactly where to toss the drone, the major shot caller for Envy. He calls in the Annihilator exactly when he needs it, and there's the synergy between Aches and Teepee. Those 2 players have been playing together longer than Maven's been alive, and that's a statement if there's something to say about that.
I don't know, man. Maven's pretty old. That's a long time to be playing together.
Yeah, he is. He's actually turning into a fossil. Yes, he was. He first was born when the dinosaurs went extinct. He's actually a close cousin of that lineation. But Jkap with your final kill in that kill cam, rapid fire on the M8 as well. Envy making it look easy in that game 3. They controlled it from start to end, and they now earn themselves a 2-1 lead as we head into capture the flag.
Yeah, really just a dominating performance on all aspects. You know, they were able to build themselves a lead in that first half, Complexity had a couple of opportunities to score, and they were able to capitalize on a few of those. But then Envy, they were just able to bounce back. They get 4 down for Complexity, and that really long toss sealed the deal for the entire game. You see one last look at the scoreboard. Jkap 28 and 19, leading the slaying category for his team.
Yeah, and really Complexity, everyone doing all they can to.
They still going, and there you see first protect coming in from Aches. He protects fast hands once again. The Vesper going to get banned by Mirx.
If Teepee gets that first slot, he's protecting fast hands off the bat.
He does that really fast, too.
And guess what?
Like, as soon as it pops up, fast hands protected.
Nameless said,
No
sheesh, boys. That rapid fire last game was the struggle. Let's get that banned out right away. Now, Parasite and Slasher with the third bans. You saw Teepee ban right there. The concussion, you expect the flashbang to come next. I'd probably leave that to Jkap to ban out.
Overdrive.
And let Slasher ban out something a little bit more important. You can see Parasite. Oh,
there's
well, no, he gets the flash out of the way, so it's going to be up to Jkap in that final pick. What would you like to see here? High Caliber.
High Caliber
still on the table.
The Shiva's still in.
Shiva's still in.
There
goes High Caliber. And if we get Shiva right, man, we are the best roommates ever. Hashtag roomies for life. We'll see what it comes.
This could definitely be a good map for the Shiva. You know, shooting from top AC to top broken or vice versa. Locking down the middle of the map could be something Parasite decides to take out if it's allowed in the game.
5 seconds left.
Camo.
Okay.
Okay. You could definitely make some big plays with camo on this map.
Yeah. Interesting to see. One of the first times I think I might have seen an active camo ban so far.
The metagame already changing.
Overclock still open. Not active camo, sorry. Afterburner still open. Miracle's grabbing that Vision Pulse right away. What scenarios do you expect to see Vision Pulse use that?
I think the same way he used it in Search and Destroy. You know, you push up in a place like Lab or Bottom Broken. You try to ping it, see where the defenders are located, and know exactly where you need to pre-aim your gun. Heatwave being chosen by Nameless, as well as Slasher, Kinetic Armor as well by Teepee. These are, you know, staple specialists that I think you'll see used across all game modes.
Yeah, really no surprises so far. Will Ricky elect to grab that Scythe? You can see Aches already has it as his specialist. 10 seconds left for either of these two players. Jkap grabbed the Annihilator earlier on. Grabbed Psychosis this time around. Very good in CTF to kind of bait out your opponents. So, we're heading into Game 4. You've got a Complexity team that so far, to say the least, has been struggling in the respawns. They've yet to win a respawn in the COD World League. They are now 0-4 when losing their hard points yesterday as well as today, and losing their uplinks yesterday and today. If they want to force a Game 5, they need to do something they haven't done so far in the COD World League.
However, this is a very good team at CTF. You know, they, from what I remember, Parasite playing back in Black Ops 2, he's always keeping track of players. He's always keeping track of what's up on the map, what lanes they haven't covered from time to time. So communication going to be a big thing for both teams going into this map. And speaking again about tracking players, that's one of the most important things for CTF.
Yeah.
Where are these objective players? Where's the last place you saw them? Are they spawning up recently? What kind of routes are they taking to get into your base?
I just can't stop smiling right now, man. The action has been awesome from yesterday and today, and the best part is we're going to be doing this throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Stage 1,
lots of
Stage 2, COD Champs. The whole time we're here, I just hear Maven yelling. You know it's got to be hype over there when Mr. X is yelling because his voice is that of a mouse, and if he's getting hyped, then we got good action going on both streams. If you are just tuning in, Envy are up 2-1 in this best-of-5 series. This is a must-win map if Complexity do not want to start the COD World League down 0-2 in their overall matches. If you're wondering what's up next, it's going to be FaZe Clan going up against Luminosity.
That's going to be a sick match, too.
2 1-0 teams. Luminosity really was the #1 team to surprise me yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they came out guns blazing against Complexity. I mean, crazy. But it looks like Complexity, they did go back. You know, they watched what they did wrong. And, you know, you see them fixing some of the issues that we saw come out from them yesterday. But once again, like that heartbreaking hardpoint loss, they were able to rebound and search and destroy, but then they lose terribly in that uplink. You know, Envy were just in complete control of that. And then we speak about momentum again. Envy, some of the best in the business at maintaining momentum in their favor. We'll see if they could carry it through to the CTF.
Well, we saw the teamwork last game on uplink. Will Teepee, a.k.a. Aches, and Tyler Teepee be able to make it happen again? The duo leading this Envy team to almost a 2-0 start in the Call of Duty World League. The boys in blue are ready. Complexity is ready. The map is loading up. Breach, CTF, Revan. Do we see a Game 5 or is this over?
I would love to see a Game 5. I think everybody always predicts the Game 5, but I do think Envy, they are just so good in the respawn game modes. I think they're going to close it out here.
Well, we are loading into the map now. I have a person I want to watch off the start.
Who is it?
And it's going to be Teepee.
Okay.
I want to see how he plays this map.
Love watching some Teepee.
With middle map, when you have that submachine gun, you have ARs looking at you from every single area. You can see overclock and hardwired being used for Teep. He's got that perk 2 greed as well with fast hands and blast suppressor, and already he's getting aggressive towards his construction side, and he gets first blood for his squad.
Now he's going to continue to push out this lane. He had a teammate near him. That's going to be Jkap, able to trade a kill onto Ricky, and this is going to force a rotation from Complexity. Parasite with the pistol, able to just shred Jkap right there. So Complexity, they win the break here. They have Envy pin back in their base. Now they need to slow things down, make sure they get another cycle of kills before they go for the flag grab.
That nade just tagged Nameless.
And he's like, nope, I'm backing up.
He's got to stay alive. You can see Envy playing full base defense. Aches picking up that bottom lobby area. He's not electing to push that side out. They've got one player in bottom broken. That's going to be Jkap, who's able to win that gunfight against Mirx. Parasite now pushing towards bottom green, who it is again. Jkap wins another gun engagement. Nameless spots one player. That's going to be Teepee, who gets shot from the side, but it looks like Envy have done a good enough job at least clearing out the first push by Complexity. Three down, though, momentarily, and look, the Pharaoh being used by Ricky.
Interesting, especially since no rapid fire in this game.
That was reckless.
Also, you got to look for Mirx. He's got the smoke grenade, so saw him use it there to try to block up the line of sight over near bottom. Broken, throws a grenade at his teammate, luckily calls it out. Parasite getting away from that, but you know, Complexity, they had a good start, right? They've been able to maintain their forward position, and there goes Parasite. They're going to make a play on the Envyus flag.
Well, 2 players now hopping down. Mirx has one shooting him from the AC vents area. Nameless all the way in the back of the map, but that's Teepee picking up that 2-piece to clear his base out. Teepee 4-2 on a 3 streak. I said he was one I wanted to watch off the start. They weren't able to get too big of a push down that construction side of the map so far, but really, it's been more of a slow-paced game. A lot of the battles happening on Envy's side of the map, but it looks like they have regained some control.
Yeah, and you see Complexity, they're just trying to make sure nobody from Envy was able to sneak around. Slasher shreds Parasite right there. Solid shots by him, but Nameless is there to trade the kill, so both guys just trading out. And you see on the mini-map, like Mirx, he's playing very paranoid right now. And now you see the spawns are like, okay, I'm spawning over near Palace. That means that they're pushing the other lane of the map all the way through Electrical. Here comes Teepee. He's got Kinetic. Can certainly make a play happen on the flag. There you go. Pops Connect. Jkap helps him out. Takes down Mirx. He's going to go ahead. Has the flag in hand now. As Envy, they get the first flag touch of the game.
Ooh.
Slasher trying to help out Teepee. He finds Nameless, but Teepee's just going to run away.
I love that play. Jkap was there to protect Teepee, and Teepee just knew Cap was going to get the kill. He immediately ran forward. Ricky is to his left. Jkap does fall. Teepee just going to continue to run this flag.
Ooh.
Ricky hasn't spotted him. Oh, no, Teepee, and it all went wrong, and the flag teleports back to Complexity's base. Well, Teepee, man, get back to the training grounds. You got to learn that wall run a little bit better, boy.
I thought he was just going to go middle map, maybe jump in towards top broken, but he's certainly taken an interesting route. Good try by Teepee, but the big thing, you know, he also missed his, he used his kinetic armor.
Yeah, and Mirx has 0 kills, and there you go. As I say it, he strikes down Aches. So yeah, you mentioned kinetic armor being used. Ricky really just had to get 1 kill apparently on Jkap to stop that flag from going in. So that was the closest anyone's gotten to scoring as of yet. Oh, some nice shots there momentarily by Mirx. But Slasher still gets the better of him. Teepee doing a fantastic job of playing certain corners of the map. But Parasite in the back of the map, he's going to make sure nobody can pull his team's flag.
This is a good situation to pop your Psychosis. They can't fall off the cliff here, but he's going to continue to push forward. There's the Psychosis. Nade comes in, shuts him down. You know, good moment, and there goes the heat wave from Slasher. Touch the flag, immediately returned by Complexity, though.
Did both teams use their heat wave right there?
I think so.
Who's got that on? Nameless? Yep, yeah. Nameless did use his heat wave. Heat wave gets earned back so quickly, man. It's pretty crazy to see. Nameless so far used it, got a kill, and he's already a quarter of the way there. Through the first minutes of gameplay, though, been very back and forth. Really, the only player who's struggling so far has to be Mirx, sitting at 2-7. He's just waiting towards this top construction side. Gets 1, gets 2, has his vision pulse as well. That's 3 dead. Slasher, though, doing a fantastic job of holding middle map pressure. He's going to stay alive and push back towards bottom broken. What a play from Slasher there.
And Mirx, he's just looking to stay alive, waiting for his team to join him as they push towards that Envy flag. Good spot to use the vision pulse in, and he's going to go ahead and pop it here. Maybe spotted 1 player, not even sure if he got that there, but they're going to push forward. Aches, big kills on the defensive side of things. Time starting to wind down. Envy, they recognize, hey, no, we might not have enough time. Slasher's going to go ahead and try to push up towards the middle map, but I don't think there's enough time for them to go all the way towards the Complexity flag, then come back and score.
Now, this is going to go into the half, tied up 0-0. Envy need to cap one flag and just hold on through side number 2 to win this series 3-1 over Complexity. That's going to do it for the half. Time limit reached. Anything really stood out for me from that half, or really just kind of
really
standard
just
play?
Falling off the map with that flag.
Yeah.
Used his kinetic armor, got the flag like 3/4 of the way to scoring, then unfortunately botches the wall run. Like I was saying, I thought he was just going to ride the wall, jump in towards top broken, continue down through the bomb, because that's where his teammates were set up. But unfortunately, he was just ready. I think it was Ricky coming behind him, trying to get the return. But Teepee, he's pretty close to earning his kinetic armor. Once again, let's flip through the Complexity players. Is anybody close? Ricky towards the Scythe, and Parasite does have his own kinetic armor to use.
Someone to point out, maybe Teepee did get a call from his teammate, hey, there's one person top middle, you can't go that way.
Yeah.
You can hear, though, a lot of times when people are playing, they say, oh, my guy didn't catch the wall. People use that term when they're trying to grab back onto it. Unfortunately for Teepee, it didn't work out, but this, it looks like it has all the signs of being a cap. It's going to be up, though, to that player on Complexity to clear Aches out of that bottom broken greenhouse area. Aches might get the best timing on Parasite. He does just that. He slides in and gets the return. Miracles can't kill him in time. Heads up play from Aches. Instead of going all the way into Complexity's base by their flag, he goes towards bottom green, gets the timing he needs on Parasite.
Just wait.
Oh,
let them run by.
As a former player back in Black Ops 2, a play like this must make you so happy.
Oh, yeah, but
doesn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out. He does have his kinetic armor to use in the next life, but, you know, Complexity, they just didn't get the proper cutoffs.
Reminds me a lot of kind of what we used to see from Nade Shot back in CTF, especially on Blitz, where he'd just kind of lay down, let players pass. He'd go for the sneak play. Teepee not able to make it happen that time around, but you gotta love the thought process and idea there. Slaying power, narrowly favoring Envy. Another beautiful use of kinetic armor by Teepee, but Ricky is playing as the last line of defense as Cole. 3.5 minutes remaining, still scoreless. Very few engagements compared to other game modes. It's what makes CTF so crucial to make sure every single kill counts. Aches just waiting for the respawns to come in for Complexity. Can he pick up this first kill? If he does, he's definitely pulling this flag.
Well, look at the wall run. He has his teammates running in. It's going to be Slasher touching the flag. Aches looking for some more kills, but it's going to be a counter pull coming out from Nameless. So both flags away from the base. Let's switch over to Nameless as he's going to be running into some enemies. He gets shot in the back by Jkap. Can he get this return? He's just looking to shut down these players. Psychosis gets popped. He immediately goes down. Now it's going to be the flag picked up by, still in the hands of Slasher.
Aches, don't do it. Aches, don't do it again. He's in the one-on-one engagement. He's just trying to stay alive. They know he's got to be around here somewhere. He's got someone on the wall and he didn't spot him. That timing was so unfortunate. So last time it was Aches with the good timing on Parasite. This time it's Parasite with the good timing on Aches. Teepee able to drop Nameless and keep this flag run alive. Miracles slowly trailing this player. Will he get spotted by Jkap? He does. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a standoff. Envy with the first 2 kills. Ricky answers right back. Ricky is so lethal with that M8.
So now in this situation, this is where you really need to be mindful of what lanes you push out off your respawn, and communication is going to play a big part here. The flag carrier is going to be like, okay, I need to push out here. I need to push out middle. I need to push out this lane, that lane. And you need to be aware of what's open on the map. Here comes Slasher. He's going to try to make a play happen on this flag. Does have his heat wave. If he decides to pop it right here, it spots the flag carrier, but he gets shut down by Miracles. Jumping on the other side of the map. Okay, that's going to be Miracles here on the other side. Yeah, that's a return. And that is a flag got by Complexity.
Complexity up 1-0. Both teams likely to send 2 players towards the opposing team's flag. Complexity with the better setup as Jkap got dropped. Now Aches needs to make sure another flag can't be pulled. Oh, not able to get the kill. What a perfect use of the movement by Nameless, hitting 2 straight boost slides. Make it 3. He's going to cap this one. Wow. Nameless movement on fleek there as he puts in the cap. It's now 2-0 Complexity, and we had 6 minutes of scoreless, well, actually 7 minutes of scoreless gameplay. Escalates very quickly as Complexity are so close to forcing a game 5.
And now Nameless, he's starting to work towards these streaks. If he's able to earn the lightning strike, the Hellstar missile, that could really close out the game for Complexity. And, you know, Envy, they've certainly had their opportunities to score flags, but Complexity, they're the ones able to capitalize. They have a 2-0 lead with only a minute remaining in the game.
Well, Nameless has that heat wave, a beautiful use of it. He gets his lightning strike. He's 25 points away from the Hellstorm. I'm just going to call it right now. This game looks like it is over. There's an HC on the map for the boys of Complexity. They're just running away with this one. Nameless is hitting every single boost right now, and it shows in how fast he's able to traverse the map. What a second half from Nameless on a 4 streak. You've got Miracles on a 5 streak, a combined 10 streak from Cole, and there's the Hellstorm as well. The slaying went completely in Complexity's favor on side number 2, outslaying Envy by about 15 kills.
Yeah, Nameless playing with such confidence right now, just challenging every single gunfight. Just going to go ahead and call in all of the score streaks that he has. The Lightning Strike being used with 20 seconds remaining. Complexity, they're up 3-0. They were able to get another flag while Nameless was slaying on the other side of the map. Kills his teammate with the Lightning Strike. It doesn't matter. Complexity have this one in the bag.
3-0.
And Courage, we are going to game 5.
Game number 5 to start off match number 1 here on the secondary stream. What a treat we've had to kick off the day. Nameless, my player who won the match there for Complexity.
They got their first respawn.
They did. They got their first respawn. You mentioned that when it was looking shaky in the first side. Second side, though, a completely different team, and it goes back to that whole playmaker aspect of things. You saw the 2 teams in that standoff position, in that stalemate. I like the setup so much more from Complexity. You had Miracles laying right outside those big doors, and you had the beautiful cover by the player holding the flag on that top glass vents area. Smart stuff from Cole to set up in that way.
Can't help but to think, what happens if Teepee puts in that first flag of the game? If he doesn't drop off the map, you know, you have a completely different game at that point. Now Teepee is working towards his streaks. Now the momentum is in favor of Envy, but games traded back and forth between these teams. It was Complexity. They won the first search and destroy of the series. Can they close it out?
The Mana Protect phase, and right off the bat, it's Jkap eliminating that Vesper.
Yep, smart decision to make. You know, just take that Vesper out of the game. Going to make those gunfights over near the B-bomb site a lot more manageable when you don't have to worry about the Vesper. There goes Rapid Fire from Complexity. They're also going to take out High Caliber. That's Miracles coming in with that ban there. Pretty much, we expected all these things to get taken out. Nothing too crazy just yet.
Well, as we continue to move on to the ban protect phase, it looks like Slasher has slowed down a little bit. Envy has been the one to ban out the tacticals throughout the whole series. You want to see him stick with that? Or maybe use their bans on something a little bit more personal towards the Complexity lineup.
Well, I think you do have to spend at least one... What? Did he just miss his ban?
Who knows?
That's very surprising.
That's the first time I've seen this.
Yeah. Because there's absolutely no reason to not take something out.
Yeah.
And speaking a bit more about the tacticals, like you were saying, they could get a lot of usage. There's Complexity with the Overkill ban. But wow, I think that has to be a bit of a blunder from Slasher right there.
Overkill being banned out by Ricky, no surprise there. And now Aeg's taking his sweet time as well. There he bans out Smokes. So it's going to come down to one more
now, thermal
ban
sights
from Nameless as well as Teepee.
Yeah, anytime that smoke goes away, the thermal sight is obviously going to be a lot more useful unless you see players going towards that cold-blooded perk. But the flashbang gets taken out by Teepee. Let's see what the last ban is going to be from Nameless, and there goes the Shiva.
So only the flashbang gone. Typically that would be a concussion ban from Slasher to match both those tacticals.
Flashbang gone, smoke gone, concussion still in play.
So what do you think happened there? Maybe they're going, hey, you ban this, ban this, ban this. And he's trying to go. Dude, you got 1 second. Misses it.
I mean, listen, that's happened to me before. I'm sure that's something that's happened to a lot of players.
Happens to Maven all the time.
Well, Maven, I'm not even sure if he even knows how to, like, ban something.
Yeah,
you know,
most time
he's like, wow, look at all these different guns. And then he just gets distracted and misses it.
He sees all the pretty colors and he's putting on chapstick and it just gets overwhelming for him. But in a specialist draft, we'll see if Slasher picks something this time around. If he doesn't, then he probably...
What's going on?
Yeah, he probably dropped. Yeah, I'm guessing he dropped from the game.
That, or maybe he's away from his Xbox. Or PlayStation, sorry.
Whatever, yeah, I mean, maybe he's away from console.
AFK.
Who knows? We'll have to see as they continue to go through. Players are still picking, but you've got to expect a different pick or a different match to be gone through. We'll go through the creative class here as both teams are still setting up. I mean, Slasher with the Annihilator, not what you wanted to have on.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's something that he was initially going to pick, but it's still something that can get some usage.
Especially in the later aspect of the game, but at this point.
I mean, you saw it at the Totino's event with Slacked. He was able to make some plays happen in Search and Destroy with the Annihilator, but missing both your ban and then missing your specialist pick, you got to think something's going on his end of the game.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting a reset to the lobby there, so you did get to see kind of what the expected bans and protects are. Unfortunately, though, Slasher is having, it looks like, some connection issues, so he'll load right back into this game. We will wait for this to go on through. So, we have ourselves now with a little bit of an insight of what you can kind of expect to be banned out. The overkill gone, something we saw earlier on in the series. Looks like players are electing to have a very similar stance on that one. The pistols, for me on this map, not as strong as the other maps, just because of the fact that if you think of the two sites, right?
Yeah.
Near A, sliding out with a sub is so much stronger as a secondary than a pistol because of that extra ammo. It's sometimes tough to hit the player when they're behind that bomb site near A when you're sliding out from that building. Also, on the B side of things, I'd much rather have a sub when trying to slide out on that site to be able to pick up one kill than look at the player who's covering him and not run out of ammo as easy. So, unfortunate for players, but we'll see if that stays when we get back into the ban and protect. Not quite sure how it'll wind up working if they wind up saying, you know what, we're going to kind of redo the whole ban and protect, or we say, hey, we're going to just redo the specialist draft. Who knows? I mean, it could change up a couple things here.
Yeah, I think if we do even go through the ban and protects, I think for the most part you'll see the same
Very
things.
similar,
I mean, it seems like both these teams had a game plan going into that ban and protect, and they followed it through. I mean, really, the things that we saw get taken out, nothing too surprising.
No.
All those things are very common bans, so I don't think really we're going to see anything change if we go through that process once again.
Well, the game is starting up. Fully expect this one to be restarted. If you are just tuning in, still tied up 2-2. Don't worry, you're not missing anything yet in this game 5.
Yeah.
Should be a close one. I'm sure Twitter right now has a lot of anxious Cole fans and Envy fans out there wanting to see the outcome of this game. We thank you very much for staying patient through this very, very brief delay. But Redwood S&D, a map that with overkill ban, do you still see snipers on it? You think?
Definitely.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of different positions. You know, you could be hovering above the bunker and get a good line of sight over near the middle of the map, as well as top window. You could be playing inside the bunker.
Okay.
Even if you're trying to attack over towards that A bomb site, using the sniper. But the thing with the sniper is because you don't get any auto aim with it, you really need to be very accurate and very consistent with that sniper rifle to get some good usage out of it. And there you go. The game was ended, so something was going wrong on a slasher side of the game, but snipers can be used all over the map, and I do fully expect to see at least one in the game.
Afterburner also left open.
Overclock.
Overclock still open as well. Afterburner on this map, though, really makes the A site much more accessible. You can have someone take that lower wall run, lets them either jump across.
Well, you've had some issues with that wall run, so.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's keep that private. I told you that in confidence. But, yeah, no, you go through that bottom wall run area, you float over to the one tree, you wait for your bar to come back, you jump over to the back wall run area, you flank behind your opponents near that A site, especially when on offense. Without Afterburner, that comes much more tough, to say the least. So, looking forward to seeing how that kind of affects the game here. Also, Overclock open gives the opportunity to have some of those abilities come back a little bit quicker. How many players will like to use that?
Things like kinetic armor can get multiple uses. You know, sometimes you might see some of these specialists only be acquired once
a game.
Overclock opens, you know, you could maybe get it twice or 3 times. Maybe it's going crazy over there over on the primary stream. It looks like Optic Gaming and Elevate had a pretty close game in Uplink on Fringe. But, yeah, guys, we got 2 streams going, so you better have 2 monitors going on there. Open up Call of Duty Alpha here on Twitch TV, and you can be watching both streams at the same time.
Yeah, Maven just yells at all times in his life, and then he drank an energy drink prior to the stream starting. I haven't been able to obviously see what's happening in the Alpha stream, but I've heard him the whole time. I don't think he stopped yelling, so we need to make sure he doesn't pass out from lack of oxygen here as we get the final player back in the game. Slasher has rejoined. The game is starting back up as we are about to head into the ban and protect phase again, so we are going to go back through it. Only seems right as Slasher did miss his pick.
So what do you think he missed? We're about to find out. Well, I mean, it's going to go in like the kind of same order. So Vesper goes, Rapid Fire goes.
I said that if anything, I think it would be, what was it? The concussion. Or the flash, whichever one wasn't banned out. It was the other one.
There's
that I thought
the smoke screen again.
So I would expect from here Jkap and Ace to go concussion and
high caliber.
No, I think high caliber is going to be banned by Mir.
There's the concussion by Jkap. So that was something that's missing.
He banned flash.
The flashbang as well.
High caliber gone.
Not gone yet. Shiva's still in play.
I expect it to be gone.
Shiva.
I expect the high caliber too from Parasite. Parasite, not a fan of high caliber. There it goes. Expected bans to say the least.
Same thing aside from the concussion.
Now, and which is kind of what we thought the second that had happened when the ban didn't come in. Now we will though head
going to pick the Annihilator
into the specialist draft. Active camo picked up by Ricky. Will Slasher go with the troll pick of the Annihilator even though he's in the game this time? I highly doubt it.
Well, time starting to wind down.
Oh,
okay, so it's going to be Heat Wave. That's something that can be used at really both bomb sites. You know, you push into that lab right next to the A bomb site, or you push into the control room over near the B bomb site. Very close quartered fights. Heat Wave, very useful in those types of situations. Kinetic Armor going to be the second pick for both these teams. Vision Pulse once again picked by Miracles, and then Jkap with that active camo. Psychosis the last pick for both these teams, so almost a mirror matchup. Where it differs is that Heat Wave versus the Vision Pulse.
Psychosis is very good on either side of the map. When you're pushing towards that A side on offense, you pop that Psychosis out. Even if you have one player shoot and you just get the vision of where he is on the mini-map, that's
valuable information.
That lets that peak be so much more potent when you push out with that M8 to try to pick him off the bomb site behind that back right tree. On the other side of things, in the B-bomb, if you're on defense, you pop that Psychosis out. One runs up towards bridge, one runs towards middle map. That's just the distraction you need. It makes it like its own bait and switch without having one of your teammates die.
So the one thing I see players struggle with when they're using Psychosis is trying to make yourself look like a clone. Right? So, like, the clones, they don't really jump. It'd be cool if they shot, like, holographic bullets that didn't do any damage.
They shoot blank shots. They shoot blank shots. They just
that's really cool.
And they just slowly run. I've seen players try to match them.
Yeah, just kind of walk beside them. And
And you know what it comes down to? It comes down to two different ways, right? Players who have the Psychosis running at them, if their position is known, most times they'll elect to just spray them down and just get them out of the way.
Yeah.
If their position is unknown, they'll wait and just let two run by and take that risk. That's where you kind of see, if you have a guy where you know where he is, you expect him to shoot, don't follow it out like because then you'll just die. But if you think there might be a guy playing a little sneaky around here, let me Psychosis and look like one of the bots too, and then catch him off guard. That's where you want to see it come into play.
And sometimes, you know, if you're that defending player, you're like, okay, that's a clone. I'm not going to shoot that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another clone. Let's let that go by. You try to remain hidden for as long as possible. But it gets tough because if you make the wrong decision, you're like, oh, man, that's not a clone.
Yeah, next thing you know, that clone is flying through the air, dropping you and ripping you in half. Game 5 starting right now. Complexity, Envyus, hashtag CWL, PS4.
PlayStation.
On Twitter to get involved in the conversation. Here we go, though, Revin. I am hyped for this one. We said this could be a close match. Going into Game 5, who takes it?
I can't. I got to go Complexity, actually. I think they're going to win their first match of the CWL. They looked really good in the first search and destroy. It looks like they worked out some of their kinks from yesterday. Let's see if they can close that here in Game 5. Flipping through some of these players. I just want to see what everybody's using. Because one conversation I love to have is what third perk do you use? Do you choose to use that perk Third Greed on both Dead Silence and Blast Suppressor? Nameless is only using Dead Silence. Parasite's going to be using both, the same with all of his teammates.
There's the Afterburner used. Ricky immediately boost sliding right across that bridge. It looks like this is going to be one of those quick B-bomb plants you see so often.
Get that down right now. Perfect.
But did the player bottom control see the shadow as he was going to the bomb? It doesn't appear so. And look at how far away Aches and Slasher are from this site.
Well, they chose to play two-man defense over near that A bomb site, and of course that's going to hurt them. So you got a couple of gunfights going down on either side of the map. Ricky behind the bomb site. It's going to be Aches. He takes down Nameless. He takes down Miracles as well. So now Complexity, they were looking really good at the beginning of this round. And now things are starting to fall apart.
I think Ricky and Parasite need to make the decision to push through into control. It looks like they're going to do just that. What a heads-up play. You can't let yourselves get pinched. Ricky's able to get one. Aches already has 3 to his name this round. Will they have someone hop the bomb?
Not a lot of time.
It does appear so. There's already one player on the bomb. Parasite needs to make a hero play. Aches is looking right up.
No.
They're going to get the defuse. They're going to get the defuse.
I think Parasite needs to check that bomb immediately, but he's going to go around. They're not on the bomb. Okay, there you go. The bomb was defused.
Yeah, it was.
It looks like as soon as he came around the corner, because both players were off the bomb.
Yeah.
A little scary there, but Envy, they're able to salvage that round, and Ace coming up with a big kill here. You see it in the round-ending kill cam, but yeah, I think I do agree Parasite needs the challenge, but they did make the right play. You know, they both pushed in towards the B area. They pushed through that bottom control room. They did get some control, but great job by Envy, led by Ace. He got 3 kills in that round.
You knew the gamble he had to take there, right? You saw that Ricky and Parasite were both on that site. They had to have pushed through, so they had the one player hop right on the bomb for the defuse. If you look at the other side of things, though, Parasite had 2 options. He either waits it out and tries to kill the player in the final seconds when he kills him on bomb and his teammate doesn't have enough time to defuse, or he kind of gambles with it and checks it right away and tries to see if the player's on site and just gets a 2-piece. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in his favor. First blood this round, though, going over to Ricky.
Yeah, Envy playing very slow right now on their offensive round. A lot of holes in their setup. Parasite comes through the water. He picks up Teepee. Now it's left up to Slasher and Aches. Aches does respond, takes down Miracles. He's now the last one alive, and he's playing for streaks right now. He already has the HC. He pushes in the bunker, gets cleaned up by Ricky. I think Ricky got at least 2 kills in that round. Very good response by Complexity in that second round.
I think he got 3 kills.
Yeah.
This round. First blood.
At least 2.
There you saw that kill there in the kill cam, and here he cleans up Eggs. Ricky, we pull up that scoreboard really quick. We can see what he is 4-1 to start up this game, matching that of Eggs. Eggs, the only person on his team with a kill so far through the first 2 rounds.
All right, so let's see what Complexity decide to do here in offense. I think we got to put our eyes on Ricky. He's only 100 points away from that HC, but he's also starting to get pretty close towards that active camo.
You can see, did miss that boost slide there. Parasite should hit it going across. Ricky hits it as well, making sure not to be able to be sniped from that middle map area. Beautiful first blood from Teepee as he took that low route right outside that bottom water area. Ricky going to plant this bomb right away. Again, this will give him his HCXD. Would not be surprised to see him just use it right away towards that bottom control area, but he elects not to as of yet.
All right, so he's just going to hold position here near the bomb site. This time around, Envy, they are all very close together. Nice shots from Ricky. He shuts down Aches and is all up to Jkap. He's trying to make his way through middle map, but perfect execution from Complexity as they take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Jkap, I love you, my friend, but when you're 1v4 and you're sitting bottom middle of the map, you're not going to win that one. Miracles, his job was to watch that A flank. There's this one rock out there on that back bunker area where you can just crouch behind it and you literally almost can't be seen. You look like a stone man who has no shot of dying.
A lot of sneaky areas you can play on this map. You know, laying down in like a grass patch over near the middle of the map.
Be a slithery little snake.
So Teepee, 0-3, Slasher, 0-2. You're looking for these guys to step up later in this game, but right now all eyes on Aches. He's the lead slayer in this mode right now for Envyus, and he's just holding up inside bunker. You saw Ricky, he got aggressive near this side of the map in their first defensive round. So Ace just playing here. He doesn't want that to happen again. But Parasite coming around on the flank. He's able to find first blood on the Jkap. Ace is there. He now has his Psychosis available to use.
Ace 5-2, leading his team and tied with Ricky in the game for the most kills. Ooh. Ricky, though, guns him there. Ricky's shots with that M8 from range are so sick. But Slasher answers back with a headshot of his own saying, hey, don't forget, I was one of the best AR players in AW last year. I'm trying to make sure that title remains with me here in Black Ops 3. It's a 2v2, Miracles and Nameless, up against Teepee and Slasher.
All right, so Envy are going to make their way over towards that B-bomb site. Oh, unfortunate timing. They do miss one player over near the middle map, but Slasher picks up the kill on the Miracles. Do they push inside this bottom control after they get the bomb down? It's going to be Nameless. He finds the kill onto Teepee. It's now a one-on-one, Slasher versus Nameless.
I'd love to see Nameless just hop this bomb
right now. Go right on it.
He's not
tough call to make, though.
And Slasher's going to get the timing on him. He's taking too long.
He's waiting.
He might be able to bait this time out, and look at the timing again. It's so unfortunate for Nameless. He misses Slasher.
And now he has 7 more seconds to play with.
He might be able to check this top bridge area in time. These players just keep dodging each other time and time again. Nameless shoots to try to bait himself out. Slasher will go back in, and yet Nameless had all the time in the world to try to defuse that bomb. Slasher, though, right
spots him now.
Not enough time. Not enough time.
It's going to be Slasher actually picking up that kill, but, you know, Nameless, realistically, he could have just went on that bomb.
Yeah.
Could have gotten the defuse, but great movement by Slasher. He checked the bomb at all the right moments after he was able to push through, push around, got over near the bridge, checked the bomb, counted 7 seconds, checked again. Never saw Nameless. A couple of close moments where they could have spotted each other, but the timing going in favor of Slasher as we're all tied up 2 rounds apiece.
Ricky, 6-2, triple positive right now. Nice round from Slasher to clutch up. You mentioned prior to that round he had no kills to his name. Now he's 3-2. Love this play. Psychosis out. This is exactly what I was talking about. If you can bait out some shots, look,
and
that player,
like, no thanks.
That player's just a runaway. He can't even try to contest that because who the hell knows? That's such an easy way to just look like the Psychosis right there. Yes, the player can count if there's 4 and you just start spraying, but it's not going to work out. Ricky will plant this bomb. He's got camo as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see him hit this wall run. That's exactly what he does. All signs pointing towards Complexity winning this round. Envy 4 stacking this A building. They are in a tough spot. The slide out, though, is so perfect from Slasher. He's now got that bomb as cover. Slasher gets a second as well. Parasite's able to clean him up. It's now a 2-on-2. Is there a player on the bomb? He's right below that bottom tree. Do they have any idea he's there, though? He missed the player moving across the site. Parasite thinks there's someone on the bomb. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely tragic for Parasite there. He thought he saw someone on the bomb because Teepee was just firing from the backside of the map. Instead, he didn't see Jkap hit that wall run.
There's got to be some miscommunication coming out of Complexity right there. Miracles waiting behind the bomb. He reloads. Doesn't get any call out that somebody's pushing him. Nobody was really covering him. And Miracles goes down. They lose their initial positioning at the bomb. Then Envy, they just win their gunfights from then on out. Great stuff from Jkap. You see him in the round, and he kill cam just securing the deal in that round as Envy. They're going to take the lead now.
Jkap is really impressing me so far in this series. Yes, he's sitting at 2-4 right now, but that is a major kill. If he loses that gun battle, Nameless is in a strong spot to just close out that round by just waiting behind that tree. The player has to push him. All he has to do is check the bomb is planted for him. HC being called in right now by Complexity. That is in the hands of Parasite. We'll see what he can get done with the score streak.
All right, so just trying to get some information using that third-person ability. Spots one bunker, one bin map. Oh, this player, he called in his own HCXD. Luckily enough, Flakjack and equipped by Slasher, and he finds his own kill. He takes out Mirx, so advantage to Envy early in the round.
That's got to be so frustrating if you're Parasite right there. You can see Ricky and Parasite really pulling the most work for their team. Slasher slowly begins to check the site with the L-car. The L-car, man, it is still sick. I don't care if it got nerfed. Definitely is the secondary of choice. The bomb now beginning to get planted. It does appear by Envy. One player has been spotted. It's Ricky left in the 1-on-4. He gave away his position there with the shots in the player top window.
Pop the camo, go for the defuse. Not going to happen here. He goes for the challenge, gets taken down. Yeah, obviously very tough situation. Envy starting to build themselves a bit of a lead. They go up by 2 rounds. That's a little bit of a cushion they have to work with here. As Complexity, man, just a series of unfortunate events, right? Parasite gets right up to the toes of Slasher before he detonates the HC. Then he loses the gunfight as he peeks out towards the B bomb site to Slasher. And that was a big round from Slasher. He's now 7-3, leading the Envy team.
Quiet in the first couple rounds. Since then, he's been making all the noise. We'll see what Envy can do here on defense to try to put themselves up to a 5-2 lead. Ricky still with that camo. You've got to expect him to get very aggressive towards B with this one. Electing not to boost side this time across bridge. 2 players have been spotted. They still have Miracles all the way in the backside of the map watching that flank. Jkap is pushed up just below bunker. He can definitely make a play here for the Envy lineup.
Yeah, and you got Miracles. He's just in charge of watching the flank from that A-bomb site. As now it's going to be Ricky. Going around, spots one player near bottom control, does find first blood onto Aix and immediately trying to get this bomb down. Now they do know he's here. It's going to be Nameless in a fight over near the middle of the map. Ricky will get that bomb planted. Advantage currently in favor of Complexity. Let's see how Envy respond.
Aix and Envy have died so many times in that position where they try to sit that bottom lab area and just shoot the player on site. Now they begin a challenge with Heatwave. That was a fail. Ricky's going to get 1. He's going to get 2. Ricky showing why he is one of the better search and destroy players in the game. On a 3 streak, he's got 4 plants. He's got 10 kills to his name, keeping Complexity in this one. Cole, bring it back. 3-4, only down by 1
Ricky gets 3 kills in that round, man. Huge plays by Ricky. And you see in the round any kill cam, Miracles cleaning up Jkap.
And look at how well he broke down that play, right? The player pushes out with Heatwave. Well, guess what? He fully expects it to be a second player there because why?
Yeah.
If the Heatwave player dies,
who's there to trade it?
Yeah, exactly. He's going to try to trade the kill. So instead of Ricky waiting for the player to try to challenge him, he just goes and pushes in the player and catches him off guard. Love those types of decisions there by Ricky to bring Cole within 1.
All right, so now the only ability able to be used by Envy is Aix. He's got the Psychosis. Early on, first blood coming in by Slasher. He takes down Ricky. More players from Complexity pushing right up the middle map. It's going to be an aggressive push by Complexity. Finally, Miracles responds. He does find the kill on the Slasher, and there goes Aix. Miracles with 2 kills in the round, bringing down to a 2-2. But they do know they're being aggressive near this B bomb site area. They could have rotated all the way around to A, down to a 1-on-1. Jkap up against the Parasite.
Oh, this is such an awesome 1v1 to see. Reminds me of the good old Black Ops 2 days. Jkap sitting middle map. Did he spot Parasite? Obviously, Jkap still needs to go get that bomb. Parasite looping all the way around.
Smart play by Parasite.
His base, Jkap, going to go back towards that bomb so he can get the plant in. Parasite with a VMP, Jkap with that AR. Parasite obviously wants to keep those closer range gunfights. He does have that afterburner, so if the bomb is planted A, he can get there quickly. But look at this. Jkap is slowly moving towards the A site.
Very weird timing's going on right now.
Oh my gosh, they're dancing around each other.
So what's going to happen is Parasite's going to check B, immediately begin the rotation towards that A bomb site, but I think the bomb's going to be planted by the time this rotation begins to happen.
He might not even check it. I don't think he's going to check it. I think he's just going to immediately go towards the A site.
Going to call the bluff?
No.
Maybe he's going to think, oh, you're not going to go for the bomb plant.
As he goes towards it, he's going to, the bomb's going to get planted, and he's got the high tail over.
He's got camo as well.
Cap's got camo. He might just pop the camo and get aggressive here, but it doesn't appear so.
It's going to take so much time.
Parasite's going to have to rotate all the way over, and he's only got a VMP here. Will he
And Jkap knows this because he pushed through.
Yeah, will he hit the low wall run? Doesn't appear so as of yet. He's got to watch this back tree area. Parasite's slowly beginning to peek out. Jkap has no idea where he is. Parasite must have an idea that he's on the A site. Yeah. Parasite on that back tree. Did he spot him? He did. He's going to get the shots. And Parasite wins the engagement, and he's going to tie it up 4-4. As Sharp would say, he gave him the Gunson.
Wow.
And it's 4-4 there. Parasite also gets the HC. He brings his team back in, and there's that example of making the plays. Cole, make it tied up on the backs of Ricky and Parasite. Look at this accuracy from Parasite. Jkap is pre-aiming, and Parasite says, no thank you, sir, and just drops him with the VMP, showing why it is an awesome submachine gun.
That was a pretty tough gunfight for the VMP to win, too.
Yeah.
Jkap had first shot. He knew Parasite was coming from that side of the map. Just big play from Parasite. That keeps Complexity alive in this game. Now we're all tied up. 4 rounds apiece.
They have an HC. They have Psychosis. Ricky and Parasite have a combined 17 kills.
Envy's got Camo as well as another HC. Here comes the Camo by Ricky. Let's see what he can get done here. But it looks like Envy, they're being aggressive as well. Slasher takes down Parasite. Ricky falls immediately after. 2 players left alive. For Complexity,
and there's no follow-up.
Yep.
There's no follow-up. It looked like they were getting so aggressive. They were planning out this big trade thing. They've got the guy with Camo. He's going to catch a player off guard. Yeah, he did that, but Ricky's a sitting duck when inside the water. Literally a duck swimming in water. Now Miracles has to get that bomb. Nameless is all the way in the back of his base, and there's 3 Envy players up pre-aiming with ARs.
Miracles is going to go for a bit of a swim as well, but there's a player top window. He's watching this angle. He does get spotted, and it looks like he's going to go for the challenge. I do like this play. Good reposition by Miracles. It's going to be Nameless. Gets the bomb back in his control. Does have a grenade to work with to try to intro towards this bomb site. Can get the bomb planted, but looks like he's going to push down into bottom control.
There's 2 players top window. This time it could be really bad. They do pop Psychosis out towards middle map. Miracles on that site near him. They just gave away their position. Aches has 1 more player. He gets both kills. Envy up 5-4.
Yeah, tried to switch on to Aches right there. It was a little too slow, but we'll get a look at this 2-piece once again. So pops the Psychosis, finds one on the bomb, takes him out, and oh look, the second kill. Miracles trying to cover his buddy there. Big play from Aches as Envy rebounds from that previous round.
1 round away from Envy taking the series and going 2-0 to start off the COD World League. It's going to be up to Complexity to win this defensive round. They still have a couple RCs to work with. You can see the Camo and kinetic armor
should be gotten soon.
Should be ready for Teepee. There it is. What perfect timing for him as they're going to go for this push towards the bomb site.
All right, so we'll see when Teepee decides to pop the kinetic. He's going to get the HC as soon as it pops. That's a pretty big deal, and the Psychosis is going to come out. It's looking like over near that B bomb site. So Teep, he's going to have to be careful.
He's baiting and he's baiting and he's baiting.
That's a player. Nice.
Oh, that was such a sick play by Teepee to diagnose that when he popped his kinetic armor as well. But he gets first blood for Envy. He gets control of the site, and look at how fast that bomb is moving through middle map in the hands of Aches. Try to get near that site. Oh, the Semtex narrowly misses the kill. Ricky is able to strike back on Teepee. That's a massive kill on that bomb site.
Jkap, however, catches one out over near the middle of the map.
Jkap, don't do it.
He spotted him. Gonna get some shots down. Could pop kinetic and push road. Also sees that he's going back down the stairs. So now his teammates over near the bomb. This might be a little scary because some players for Envy, they're right next to each other. However, Aches looks like he's got an HC. He's gonna enter it. Does spot that 1 player over near bomb control. Jkap takes down Ricky. It is all up to Miracles.
Oh, Miracles, don't do this to the Envy fans. That would be so heartbreaking if you force a round 11. He also needs to get the diffusers. 1 player to his right. Will he spot the shadow? He does. He's able to get 1, but only 25 seconds left. There's 2 opponents pre-aiming. He vision pulses. He's going to die. Envy win it in round 10 to take the series 3-2 over Complexity. Another heartbreaking loss for Cole as they drop to 0-2 to start off the season.
Wow, man, all my predictions were wrong that series. Every single one of them, I was like, you know what, maybe we can get to 3-0. Okay, we're going to game 5. I think Complexity have it. But Envyus coming up clutch when they need to, and they had some big rebounds that game. You know, that 1v1 loss by Jkap, and what was it, round 8? Bit of a heartbreaker there, but they rebound, they take the win. As Complexity, they drop to 0-2 in the first week.
I'm pretty sure I just saw something similar to yesterday when we commentated over Cole. Parasite leaving before the lobby has even gotten through these screens.
I mean,
Ricky and Parasite
12-7, man.
go a combined 19 kills. Ricky with 4 plants, and it's not enough. Frustrating loss for Complexity. Envy now up 2-0 in that overall standings. They're looking strong at the start of this first stage.
Yeah, bit of a scary game though. However, Envy, they're looking as good as ever, you know. Not as dominant as we saw them on the LAN qualifier, but we expect them to have some struggles with the online play, especially Teepee. You know, we always see your struggles online. But congrats to Envy. They take that match in round 10 there, game 5. But Complexity, back to the drawing board for them. They got some work to do.
Well, that is just our first match here on the secondary stream. Coming up after a quick break, we will have FaZe Clan versus Luminosity, 2 1-0 teams face off in a battle of the undefeated squads. Stay tuned.